Sony just dropped over an hour of announcements. God of War without Kratos. Wolverine finally has a date. Control, Silent Hill, Onimusha, Tomb Raider, all within weeks of each other. And a Dave the Diver cooking prequel that nobody asked for, but somehow looks great. On paper, this might be the best state of play Sony has ever done. But the more I looked at it, the more one thing kept bugging me, and nobody seems to be talking about it. Look, if you've already watched the state of play, you already know it was loaded. I'm not here to read you a list of trailers you've already seen. What I want to talk about is what this showcase actually tells us about where PlayStation is heading. Because there's a pattern forming here, and it's both exciting and slightly terrifying. Sony is about to stack September and October 2026 so densely that some of these games are going to eat each other alive, and some of the biggest swings they just took could either be genius or complete disasters. Three things stole the show. Number 1, Marvel's Wolverine. We finally got extended gameplay. Insomniac showed 7 minutes of Logan tearing through Reavers, teaming up with Jean Grey, and it looks genuinely violent. Not Spider-Man with claws, properly aggressive, R-rated combat. September 15th release date. That one's real. It's happening. Number 2, God of War Laufey, the one nobody saw coming. Santa Monica Studios showed 20 minutes of gameplay. You're not playing as Kratos, you're playing as Faye, his wife, fighting through the afterlife of the gods in a realm called the Everywhen. Deborah Ann Woll is voicing her. No release date yet. Number 3, everything else. And I mean everything. Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis is a full Unreal Engine 5 remake of the original 1996 game, coming February 2027. Control, Resonant, from Remedy, got a September 24th release date. Silent Hill Townfall, also September. Onimusha, Way of the Sword, also September, with a demo out right now. Rayman Legends Retold, a 3D remake, October. Ace Combat 8, October. Until Dawn 2 was revealed, set on a tropical island with ghost hunters, coming 2027. And then there were surprises, like Kimuri from Ikumi Nakamura and The Lost Wild, a dinosaur survival horror game from Annapurna. This state of play was 1 hour and 18 minutes long, the longest one they've ever done. Now here's where my brain starts making alarm noises. Look at September 2026. Wolverine drops September 15th. Dune Awakening hits PS5 on September 22nd. Silent Hill Townfall, September 24th. Control Resonant, also September 24th. Onimusha, Way of the Sword, September 25th. That is 5 major releases within 10 days. 5! Who has the time or the money for that? Sony is essentially pitting their own lineup against itself. Wolverine is going to dominate the conversation, and I genuinely worry that Control Resonant, a game Remedy has been building for years, is going to get buried under the noise. Same with Silent Hill. These aren't small games. They deserved breathing room. Instead, Sony's treating September like a clown car. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. God of War without Kratos. That is bold. That is genuinely brave. And honestly, what they showed looked fantastic. Faye's combat is completely different. Less raw strength, more magic, acrobatics, ranged abilities. The Everywhen looks visually wild, and the idea of exploring her story between her death at the start of God of War 2018 and whatever comes next is actually brilliant on paper. But I'd be lying if I said the fanbase isn't going to be split. There are people who play God of War for Kratos, for the axe, for the rage. Faye is a character most players only knew through flashbacks and lore entries. Asking players to emotionally invest in her for an entire game is a huge swing. Santa Monica clearly believes in it. You don't show 20 minutes of gameplay if you're not confident. But confidence and reception are 2 different things. Wolverine looked incredible. I'll give Insomniac that. The violence is there, the tone is right. Jean Grey showing up was a good surprise, but here's my one concern. How much of what they showed was actual uninterrupted gameplay? Because every time Logan started doing something cool, the camera did a cinematic swoop or a cutscene kicked in. I've been burned by this before. A game looks amazing in a controlled trailer, and then in practice you're doing the same 3-hit combo for 15 hours. Insomniac earned trust with Spider-Man, so I'm leaning positive, but I'm not pre-ordering until I see someone play it live with no edits. That's just self-respect at this point. Now the stuff people aren't talking about enough. The Lost Wild is a dinosaur survival horror game published by Annapurna, and it looked properly terrifying. You're not fighting dinosaurs, you're hiding from them. That is the correct answer. Kimuri from Ikumi Nakamura, yokai possession action, looked stylish. Boncho the Chef, a Dave the Diver prequel about cooking, shouldn't work, looked weirdly charming. And Rayman Legends Retold in full 3D is the remake I didn't know I needed. But here's what was missing. No GTA 6 update. No Kena, Scars of Cosmora, which PlayStation themselves have been teasing. And Marathon got a Season 2 update, which is nice, but let's be honest, is anyone actually playing Marathon? Sony gave it airtime like it's a flagship, and the internet collectively shrugged. So here's the verdict. This was a genuinely strong state of play, probably their best one in years. The God of War reveal alone would have been enough to make headline, but they surrounded it with Wolverine, Control, Silent Hill, Tomb Raider, and a stack of surprises. The quality of what was shown is not the problem. The problem is the scheduling. Sony has created a fall 2026 where their own games are competing against each other for attention and wallet. Wolverine will probably survive because it's Wolverine, but Control, Resonant, Onimusha, Silent Hill Townfall. These are all games that deserve to be the biggest release of their month, and instead, they're launching within days of each other. If you're a PlayStation fan, the rest of 2026 looks incredible. If you're someone with a normal budget, the rest of 2026 looks like a problem. All right, I want to hear from you. Out of everything Sony showed, Wolverine, God of War Laufey, Control, Silent Hill, all of it, which one game is your actual day one buy? Not which one looks cool. Which one are you actually spending money on in that insane September window? Drop it in the comments. And if you're the type of gamer who wants honest breakdowns that question the hype instead of blindly worshiping every announcement, that's literally what this channel does. Gaming Demon. Hit subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.